Hey, what's up? Now you know, inside, outside with my flow. Oh, that's the alert that you get on One Crack News that you don't get on Carcino for life. You get it once in a blue moon, and you better cherish it. Or what did I get? Two of them? Good Lord. Now, don't forget your umbrella. That's right. Don't forget your umbrella out there because it's raining. Even though you don't feel it, it's raining bricks. It's raining cinder blocks. And what I mean by that is that the market is changing. As I told you, the United States have become a distribution country. It's a country of distribution. It's a place where you dump your it off at. Okay? Europeans were sent to America because they could not deal with the laws that were going on in the UK. So they sailed out to find new land and they were going to make their own life where you could just do whatever you want. That was supposed to be America. Then they realized somebody was already here. So got to, you know, try to befriend them, then slaughter them while they sleep. Now, no, GE manufacturing, US Steel, all the steel companies are gone, all the manufacturing, Metalux, all of these manufacturing companies have reduced down to a very small percentage as Chinese culture and all these other companies and all these billionaires were getting tax breaks because it was less costly for them to go get it manufactured in China, where to make something valuable that's going to last longer here in the States, they rather go get the cheap stuff that'll break down on you. That's why if you have cars, is they're going to the shop quicker and quicker. They just last past warranty. The next thing you know, boom, you're having stuff that would never break down on cars. You're like, what is going on? These new cars can't last like the old ones. You ever heard the term? They don't make them like they used to. They don't make them like they used to because they don't have the same parts as they used to. So when you know that, you know the market is changing. You know when you're seeing all these jobs go unavailable, that's been happening over the past 10 years. So now you got to have an umbrella, a safety net. As I informed you guys earlier, that the banks, when they did that to the housing market, you got to understand all these banks that foreclosed and went under, none of these guys lost any money. Nobody went to jail. What they did was get their license for a bank charter. And when you get a license for a bank charter, they secured that before they shorted out the entire bank. So when they saw the housing market going the way it was going, that's why they decided to short and bet against the mortgages. And then they saw more and more people betting against the mortgages because they saw the bubble and the bubble was getting ready to collapse. And it was huge. Florida, all those multi-million dollar homes, all those multi-million dollar homes, they were going to be reduced to nothing. So there was always a bubble and it was getting ready to bust. Now you got over 65 million Americans who are not working at all. 65. They say 40 million, but they're not counting the homeless or people who have never held a job in their life. So you're looking at 65 million. and rising. The casino is trying to come back with digital money, the new currency. There are going to be no more chips at the casino. Everybody's going to have a digital card. There'll be no more cash. There'll be no more chips. This is what they're working on now at the casinos. And everything is just going to be digital, a swipe number, the new currency. You're going to slowly see this change and transition to where paper money is going to be evaporated. Can't touch it. It could have corona. Told you, you got to watch it. So you got to make sure that you're doing the right things and having income coming in electronically to where, well, I could take it out and get cash if I need it, but I need the electronic. So everybody thinking I got all this paper money illegally and I could just live off that. Cash ain't never going to play out. Don't you believe it? You better have that raincoat and get that umbrella because it's raining. We've already been living in a new world order. You could take a credit card, right, in your pocket and travel the world with it and use that currency everywhere. So when people talking about we're waiting on this one world currency, you've already been living with the one world currency. You don't even know it. No, we were ahead of it back then when we were trying to get the Q dollar initiative pushed because that was something that didn't require any financial responsibility from our end. We can get signed in. That's what I'm saying. I'll try to find people ways to get money for less. See, if you come in as the initial, we would have been grandfathered into the package. And that's what you want to be. You want to be grandfathered in. Because once you're grandfathered in, then everybody else, when they start making terms, if they become actual currency, our worth now, if they turn that to a currency, do you know how much our shares would be worth? We're talking millions. What was once hundred thousands have now turned into millions, and it could be tens of millions. That's how interesting that has gotten, if it could ever get across. So all of us that signed up, if they could ever get that pushed across, unfortunately, a lot of red tape went down to the country. But for anybody who had gotten started in something crypto, people are looking more towards that avenue more than going back towards using cash. Hand-to-hand transaction touching cash is never a good thing when they're nowadays like just swipe your card. That's going to open up doors to a lot of fraud. It's going to open up a door to a lot of different criminal activities. For all these internet thefts, people are going to be making fake cards and making money that doesn't exist because that's all it is. Making money that don't exist. Anybody can put numbers in a bank account. Put numbers there. You're not touching anything physically, so it's not really yours. They've been trying to get rid of checks. Checks have been dead for years. They've been trying to just basically get rid and cancel checks, period. Because how many places you can go to now that even takes a check? People be, whoa, 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 we don't take checks. Now you can pay online. You don't even have to have mail come to your house. You can be like, want to go paperless? They're trying to eliminate paper, period. Everything's trying to go to a whole digital age. No one's trying to go down that road again. He said, I don't remember my username or password. I'm just saying, keep up with it. If they ever turn that to a currency, you guys are grandfathered in. You guys are already members by signing up when it was free. Now, anybody else, they would have to pay to get shares. You already got shares. So whatever number of shares they said you have, you would have that. And that stock will be valuable, be more than you can ever imagine. You talking all y'all are millionaires. All y'all would be millionaires. And it costs you nothing to get in. Not 1 cent. And if they ever turn that to a currency, you got millions. Because we saw it early that a currency was going to come. And so when it was one that we could sign up from that was starting out, said this is the one to jump on. That would be the coolest thing in the world. That thing goes to a currency and we all get paid off. They want to buy our shares. I'd be like, this is what I'm selling mine for. I'm only selling, and you don't have to sell all your shares. You will be able to sell part of your shares and still be able to make money, man. And it costs us nothing. I'm just thinking how many years ago that was we signed up. That was like what 4 years ago. Well, we're on One Crack New, Walter Boyd. This isn't Casino for Life, so you should get a notification here. No, it's having multiple revenue streams. If okay, let's say you say Patreon gonna get tight one day. Okay, cool. Patreon get tight, YouTube get tight. That's cool. Combine them two tights together, you back straight. Having multiple revenue streams coming in, bro. That's the whole thing. I don't just have two. If I had two, I was making money before I got on YouTube. That was keeping me afloat. See, the thing is less costly. You want to make sure that you're prepared and you got your umbrella for when things happen. So if YouTube something goes down or it's not working out, I don't tie my life to YouTube. So if YouTube fall, I fall. That's not successful at all. I got to find ways to keep going. So you got to have multiple revenues. You got to be looking over here and over there. No, not really. You ain't ducking from them. I get your drift. You just not trying to be in his way. And you getting your carrots and going back in your hole. LeBron don't get a red cent. What's up, Mr. Freeman? I see you. Yep. So remember that and you'll be all right. I'm to the car.